And I'll be moving out to Colorado. Pack my bags, I leave tomorrow. Ain't got time, thought I could borrow yours. Drive all night to see your face. Cigarettes to keep the pace. On a road trip to be reborn. And I'll be moving out to Colorado. Fly first class, be there tomorrow. Ain't got cash, thought I could borrow yours. Flying high up with the planes, floating into outer space. Got your heart, how could I want more? Hope your love don't get lost along the way. Hope your love don't get lost, got a lot to say to you. And I'll be moving out to Colorado. Pack my bags, I leave tomorrow. Ain't got time, thought I could borrow yours. Drive all night to see your face. Cigarettes to keep the pace. On a road trip to be reborn. And I'll be moving out to Colorado. Fly first class, be there tomorrow. Ain't got cash, thought I could borrow yours. Flying high up with the planes, floating into outer space. Got your heart, how could I want more?
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Music and Mimosas. Today I have Jacob on the show. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. It's a beautiful day. I've never been to this part of Colorado before, so it was definitely just a fun day, kind of exploring, checking things out, and then having some 70-degree weather with sun, made it all just even better.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you're from and all that fun jazz?
Sure. Well, originally I'm from Maryland, about half an hour south of Washington, D.C. So I went to like elementary, middle, high school, college, all out there. I started my music journey out there too. I played my first open mic out there, and I moved out here to Colorado about 2 years ago. I took a road trip out here, and when I finally saw the Rocky Mountains, I just kind of had that knowing that I was coming back, and then I met my partner later that year, and she was already moving, so it kind of got me to come out here too. At first, I lived in the Springs, just wherever I could find a place to stay until I kind of got on my feet, and then we decided together to move to Manitou, just because it felt right. I don't know if you've been down there, but it's like a really small kind of artsy town. There's people busking all over the place. There's like drum circles that we do in the park, and it's very expressive, so it felt right to kind of move there and develop as an artist in that area.
Yeah. How far would you say the drive would be from there to Denver at least?
It's like an hour and some change. It depends on the traffic. You hit on 25, but it's not horrible.
Yeah, 25 is one lovely highway, I'll say that.
Yeah, right.
So what inspired you to move here to Colorado?
For me, I mean, definitely the mountains. Just seeing them every day. It's something that I don't take for granted necessarily, but sometimes you have that day where they look very picturesque, and it's like kind of takes you back to being so grateful for having that now. That and it just felt like the correct place to come and just further grow as a person and a musician.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you feel about the music scene here in Colorado since you moved out here?
It feels pretty supportive to me, at least in the town that I'm in. You'll be busking on the street and some person with a harmonica will walk by and be like, oh, hey, can I play with you guys for a little bit, and then it'll be like an impromptu jam session. I do find the bookings are a little difficult to come by. It seems that either as a solo artist, a lot of places want bands, like 2 or 3 pieces, and there's a lot of competition, if for every one person playing guitar, there's like 2 others down the street. So not that it's competitive and that the people don't want to help you, but there's just such a high volume of musicians out there. It's a little hard to break in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from on that.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the busking scene a little bit?
Yeah, so it's something that I've found is it's really open. I just kind of went there one day before I moved and was like, I'm just going to try it out. So you just kind of find an open spot on the sidewalk and just start playing. I've played with people who play like violin, mandolin, some people drum or join in on singing too. So
that's fun.
It's been a good experience. I've never had anyone say anything negative or, sometimes people drop pretty big bills in too, which is a rewarding experience. So.
Well, that's fun. That's fun. What got you started to play guitar?
Originally, I just started picking it up from my grandfather when I was a kid. Learned some basic like blues riffs and that kind of thing. Through high school, I really just wanted to learn like Metallica songs was my thing,
I hear that.
I sort of stopped for a while in college just because life got so busy. And then I really got back into it, I feel like, just as a creative outlet. And then more and more it just became something that felt natural to me and like I felt drawn to do daily. And the songwriting kind of came with that too.
Oh, that's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Do you play any other instruments?
Yeah, so along with guitar, I play some piano. I took lessons for a few months, but I kind of self-taught. So for me, it's more like just being able to lay down chord progressions and like maybe sing along to it. Drums too are something that I'm pretty intuitive with and I just kind of have fun with. So I really just try to play anything I can get my hands on.
Well, that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, being able to play multiple instruments is something that takes like a lot of commitment. So I mean, like props to you for that for sure.
And I think for me, it's more about just having the confidence to say to myself, well, I'm just going to pick it up and try. And like, even if I can get a saxophone to like make a sound, that's better. I'm taking a step towards trying to play it at least.
Exactly. You're making an effort in the long run. So, like I said, kudos to you for sure.
Thank you.
Of course. What drives you to create your music and all that jazz?
For me, I mean, it's really just life experience. A lot of songs I write have been about relationships, like exes or current partners. Sometimes I'll just take inspiration from like a random thought or maybe a book I read or something like that. But just playing on a daily basis, I feel like it's just that need to create and just fulfill that.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your goals when it comes to your music?
For me, I'd like to make it a full-time, I don't really want to say career, but a full-time commitment, something that I can leave my like real job for and just be doing something I love every day. And I'm okay with that if it's, whether it's touring around and playing or just playing local gigs or maybe helping teach or something like that. Just having it be my main thing is my goal.
That sounds awesome, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then do you have any other creative outlets?
Yeah, so along with writing music, I write some short stories. nothing's published yet or finished really, but it's something that I try to keep up with. I write some poetry here and there. I also do sound healing, so I play like the big crystal bowls. So I do sound baths for people, and that's something that's nice. It's very relaxing, still musical, but a little bit of a break from like the rigidity of like playing a cover song and like getting the words right, you know.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
Honestly, that can be kind of a lot, especially if you're always doing it. So having that kind of like relaxation with it sounds pretty fun, honestly.
Yeah, I like to draw too. I mean, it's not something I dedicate too much time to right now, but I would like to maybe illustrate my own merch or something like that in the future.
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun for sure.
Yeah.
And then here's a fun question for you. What's your favorite food?
For me, it's definitely pad thai. I just grew to love it working at a Thai restaurant for a while. And now just every Thai place I go, that's kind of my meter of how much I like it, you know? That's how they do the dish.
So, if no one's tried pad thai, what dish would you recommend?
If they've never tried like Thai food at all. Either like a pad thai, just like with chicken if they eat meat or vegetables. Well, every place calls it different, but where I worked, it was called pad kra prao. It's like a basil chicken stir fry.
Interesting.
Really simple flavors, but like very tasty at the same time.
Okay. And is it like pretty spicy from like the other dishes, I guess? Are they pretty spicy for the most part?
I mean, you can eat it as hot as, you know, they'll change it for you, but traditionally, I mean, they can make it pretty spicy, you know.
That's what I feel like I've heard. So, lastly, is there anything you'd like to tell the audience before we sign off?
I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you decide to check out my music, I really appreciate it. I just hope to connect with other creatives out there in the community. I just want to thank my partner for supporting me. Thanks. And I guess that's everything.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate having you. Thank you guys for watching, and hope to see you guys next weekend.